Hey guys, Kale here with Wannabes. I'm pretty excited. We just got our Hero 9 brand new GoPro in stock. I think it's been out for all of a week, maybe 2 weeks. We got ours just a couple of days ago and we're gonna take a first look at it, put it through its paces just a little bit. This is not intended to be a full review. I'm only looking at a few of the top level features that are new with this camera, and I'm gonna highlight some of the differences with the Hero 8. We'll do a more complete review after we've had time to really do some riding, some sailing, and really kind of figure out the camera a little bit better. A couple of things to note right off. First of all, the Hero 9 is quite a lot bigger than the Hero 8. I'll show you a comparison here. You can see that not only is the camera itself fatter and wider, but the battery is also quite a bit bigger. Now, of course, this is to give it better battery life, which is awesome, but do bear in mind that all of your cases and some of your adapters are probably not going to work with the Hero 9 if you bought them for the Hero 8. The other thing to keep in mind is that this is a brand new camera and GoPro is still working out some of the software bugs. I might recommend, if you don't need the improved video quality, to actually hold off on the camera just a little bit because of a couple of things that they're still sorting out. The most annoying to me, the external mic adapter that we use for recording from the lapel mics that we wear doesn't actually work with the Hero 9. On their website, they say they know about it. There's a bug fix pending. So we'll be watching that pretty closely because we use those mics extensively for all of our repairs and how-tos and gear reviews and things like that. Now, there's a couple of features I want to take a look at today that I'm pretty excited about. One is, everybody knows probably not by now that the GoPro's gotten really good at smoothing out the video. They've done a great job with that. It's called Hypersmooth. It's an excellent feature. We did a quick review of the GoPro Hero 8's Hypersmooth, which I believe was Hypersmooth 2. Now, it does a fantastic job of really smoothing out a lot of the rough stuff that might otherwise be in your videos. It's really nice to have that kind of stable perspective. You do lose a little bit of the feel of being on the bike, so some guys don't like it. But for me, it makes it a lot easier on the eyes as a viewer to watch those videos. So we're gonna go ahead and try that functionality. The GoPro Hero 9 actually has an upgraded version of this Hypersmooth called Hypersmooth 3.0. So we're gonna do a back and forth comparison on one of the local ridge lines and see if we can detect any differences and what those differences might be. The thing I'm actually more excited about is the GoPro Hero 9 actually has something called horizon leveling. Now, if you've ever watched any of our sailing videos, you know that when we're in the Hobie Cat and we get one of the hulls up in the air, we've actually tilted the camera somewhere in the neighborhood of 30 to 40 degrees, I believe, from level. Now, unfortunately, with the traditional GoPro, what ends up happening is the entire scene shifts like that because the GoPro is also tilting with the boat, right? And so it's really difficult to tell exactly how high up the boat's actually gotten. The sort of problem with GoPros in general, with all action cameras really, is that because of the fisheye lens and the wide angle and some other features of the cameras that make them great as action cameras, they actually lose some of that depth perception that you might get with a DSLR or some other traditional film camera. It can actually look to the viewer like everything is flat, even if you've tilted way up in the air on a Hobie or you're doing a crazy hill climb on a dirt bike or something like that. So we're pretty excited about this auto leveling feature. Now, there are some limitations. GoPro's promised to do some updating software that's supposed to help out with some of those. For the moment, you've got to use a specific setting that allows for the horizon leveling to function. You actually set it to narrow with horizon leveling. There's still a couple of limitations around it. One is they'd prefer that you use their super view, their max view lens, I think it's called, which is one of their adjustable lenses that you can put on. Gives you a really wide field of view. That's where they say horizon leveling works the best, up to 45 degrees. Now, without the max view lens, horizon leveling only works up to about 32 degrees, they say on their website. Now, I tried this out just holding the camera, and it's kind of cool. You can tilt the camera, and you can actually see the horizon adjust slightly. I'm gonna try that out a little bit on the ride, and we'll show you what that footage looks like in just a second. You can see here, even as I flow through this single track, that the horizon leveling effect is actually taking away most of the lean of the bike. It almost looks like I'm following myself with a drone or something like that, whereas with the Hero 8, as we get up here on the ridge line, you can see a little bit more of the lean of the bike with a similar kind of smoothing out of the bumps effect. I actually think that for enduro riding, the horizon leveling feature is probably not the right way to go because it takes away almost all of that remaining feel of actually flowing with the vehicle. I'm really excited to get out and try it a little bit out on the water on the Hobie Cats to see how it does, giving you better perspective, getting one of the hulls up in the air when the horizon tilts. You lose that perspective with the traditional GoPro features. Thanks a ton for watching, guys. Really excited about what we can do with the Hero 9 over the next few weeks as we start to actually film with it. We'll be sure and highlight any of the features that we come across that are either helpful or perhaps not helpful as we dive in and use it a little bit. This is just our first look as we just got our hands on the new model. I'll post a link in the description down below for the blog resource that GoPro has out, where they're posting updates about the features and bug fixes that they put in their firmware updates. Right now there's a couple of really annoying things that they've promised to fix, such as the touchscreen is a little bit wonky in this one, and they know about it and there's a fix coming. So we'll put that link. You guys can check the blog for yourselves. Make sure you get the latest firmware if you are using the latest camera. Thanks again for watching. Hope to see you soon.